In this video, I take you through the design and production of my titanium ECU mounting plate for my Hondata KPro ECU.
Now, this problem arose even when I had my D series. Because of the lack of interior in my car, I actually had to mount my ECU just kind of anywhere.
Yes, I could go ahead and put the stock mounting brackets back, but that's just not as cool.
I thought it would actually be a really cool opportunity to make my own ECU mount. I checked some other sites like Checkered Sports. They have some of their own ECU mounts that are really cool. And that's kind of what I got inspiration from. But what I also saw on their site that I bought are their ECU mount hardware. So essentially what I can do is make my own plate and then use existing hardware with the rubber grommets that help it have some vibration resistance. I can mount my ECU where I want in the car. So kind of the first steps was to actually figure out what the dimensions were on this KPro ECU and try to think of a template that I thought would look cool.
These are the two templates that I have made so far. These are just the base plate that the thing would sit on. It doesn't actually have like the legs, you know. This one is a bit more form-fitting to the ECU. Have a cool refined movement logo off on the side. Yeah. And then this guy right here has just a little bit more area to it, a little bit of a bigger plate. I don't know if it's titanium or something like that, and you burn it and get a cool look going on the side, or some sort of design work down here. Not sure yet. Fine movement logo, of course. But then we need to see how it fits in the car. One option I was considering in my mind was down here, but after seeing it in person, I don't like it. Reason being is this plate would kind of stick out off on the side. You see my foot is here for the throttle, and you know, I don't know, just a little bit too much sketchiness there for me. Plus, just visually, I don't like that Hondata is blocked up by these cables here. Here's the other plate, just to give you a visual. Another spot I'm considering is right up in here. I think it would be decent for a passenger still. Yeah, I took the seat out. Over there. And then the wiring can come hang up over top of it. These angles are pretty weird. There is like hardly a flat surface in the car. I think down here is decently flat. Up here, I came up with a few different options, some that aren't pictured here, kind of just varied on the size. What I kind of ultimately ended up deciding on was a faceplate that looks very symmetrical and that's gonna be pretty form-fitting to the KPro ECU. Now that I have a really good idea of where I want to put my ECU mounting plate, how do I go about making it?
This is where SendCutSend comes in. I have no affiliation at all whatsoever with these guys, but I've just seen their website used in many different videos and for many different things. So I wanted to give it a shot. I'm a graphic designer by trade, currently an art director. So I use Adobe Illustrator all the time, every single day. I'm very familiar with the program, and it's awesome because SendCutSend, you can actually upload an EPS file, which is just a common file that you can save out of Adobe Illustrator. I can get the measurements to this thing to the 10th, the 100th, the 1000th, making sure that the holes are going to be big enough to fit the Checkered Sports mounting hardware, but then also deciding what kind of hardware do I want to use to mount the ECU to my chassis. I'm thinking an M6 bolt size here. I was able to measure what the bolt size is, put that in Illustrator, and know that it's going to come out the right size.
One thing that I did come across from my initial design uploading the SendCutSend is two errors. Because I wanted some bends in the product I'm making, I needed to have some relief areas. So I just had to go back into Adobe Illustrator once and make some adjustments, just adding these wings. After making that adjustment and putting it back into SendCutSend, no issues came up, and so I was able to move forward with production. Got my SendCutSend piece in, and I am so excited about this thing. So I also got the Checkered Sports pieces in. This is the hardware to hold the ECU. Let's get it. So here it is, first version of this thing. Plate and the ECU mounted. It is so cool to make your own part. I don't know, I'm just like thrilled with this thing. There's two revisions that I'm gonna make after seeing this. First, the edges. They are freaking sharp. So I'm gonna be going back into Illustrator, rounding off those edges so that they're not quite so like pointy and killy. Second revision is I need to adjust the angle of this thing just a little bit. It's good. I could put it in there now and this piece could actually flex a little bit when I actually bolt it down, but I'm gonna change the angle just a touch so that it fits like just how I'm thinking it should. This is the thinnest version of the aluminum that they have, and you see it's plenty strong for the ECU. It flexes a little bit on the sides, but I'm gonna have the new piece made out of titanium. So that I was reading is actually just as strong as steel, but 40% lighter than steel. You see the checkered sports pieces grabbing on and gonna offer some of that vibration resistance.
So one major production change that I had to make was to make this thing into 2 plates. Unfortunately, the titanium wasn't an option in one piece because of the angle that I needed for that bottom tab. So my solution to this was to make it into 2 pieces.
All right, so 2 titanium plates polished up. I got 2 of them because I figured trial and error. I'm gonna be burning this thing and I have no idea how it's gonna come out. So remember back to my original design. I want to put a refined movement logo here and an 001 because it's the first plate. And to do that, we're gonna actually be laser engraving that. But I'm not sure how that laser engraving is gonna react with the titanium. Is it gonna burn it and make some, obviously it's gonna burn it, but is it gonna burn it and make some coloring to it? And how would that affect the plate? So what I'm gonna do is on this first plate, I'm gonna actually burn it now, and then we'll laser engrave it after the fact. Then on the other plate, I'm gonna leave it this raw titanium. We're gonna laser engrave it first, then we'll burn it after. Whoa! That is cool. Dude. That is cool. It is very hard to control, I will say that. But this is also my very first go at it, so I imagine it's just gonna take some time. Whoa. That is freaking beautiful. So you might just say that looks like a mess of burning, and I would agree with you, but it is so cool. Learning how to control the burn and the flame and what color is gonna come up is kind of wild at first. So 2 major things that I just learned doing this. I learned the pattern of the colors and how they come in and roughly how long it's gonna take on a millimeter thick piece of titanium. Number 2, it definitely warps. I had this thing sitting upright on top of the exhaust right there because the torch needs to be at a certain angle so that you can burn it and that the flame doesn't go out. Next time, I'm going to hang this thing like this, just probably with some clothes hangers. That way it's not leaning on anything. The main thing was that the bottom was sitting down on the workbench there and it kind of like sagged as it just got hot. It's also actually gonna make it really hard to laser engrave on this because that thing is warped. So some valuable lessons learned right now. I'm still gonna go ahead and assemble this thing, even though it's warped. We'll see if we can assemble it. This is the new piece with the rounded corners, titanium burnt piece, checkered sports pieces. This is the ECU. Yes, this is a plexiglass plate that I put on here for right now that I made. No, I am not leaving it exposed like this, but you'll see what's coming with this in version 3. Okay, so I love the idea of this. Honestly, I don't love the coloring that I got around this thing. And I don't love, now seeing it all together, the ECU kind of blocking up a lot of the plate. That's why actually there's 3 versions to this thing. As I was designing this and had already got the pieces come in, I thought of another 3rd idea. And you're gonna see that here in a minute. But I think this was still a very valuable lesson to put together. And honestly, I kind of like it with the Hondata piece back over top of it, the brushed aluminum mixed with the brushed aluminum. It just kind of makes sense, right? The version 3 is gonna be even better. I'm standing outside because it is really hard to appreciate how vibrant these colors are. They look so cool.
So here's the start of my version 3. The main difference with this one is that the ECU itself is going to have the titanium cover plate. Now that I've actually had this thing assembled a few times, here's a picture that I took and a mock-up that I made of what version 3 is going to look like. One thing that I changed on my approach to this version 3 plate here is the way I'm sanding this thing. I'm just sanding it all in one direction, not doing all the swirls from the drill, but just one direction to get that kind of brushed look. Okay, and now getting into the laser engraving. I thought this would be a really cool way to make this product just more unique. A specialized refined movement logo off on the aluminum base plate, and then an RM up on the titanium ECU cover. Fortunately, I have some good friends who have some really nice equipment, and really getting the laser engraving done was no problem. But even if you had to go make this yourself and you're doing something on your own, you can definitely find a bunch of people who can laser engrave for you. You just got to essentially send them the file. Again, Adobe Illustrator comes into play here. Design everything in Illustrator, pop the file into the laser engraver, boom. And now getting to use the rivet nut gun. So this is the very first time that I had actually used this tool. I'd heard about it before, I've seen the videos, of course. So I just practiced with it a little bit, just made sure I knew how to take the thing apart, put it back together, and use the M6 rivet nut that I actually wanted to use. So essentially I started by putting my base plate where I wanted it, tapped some holes in just so there'd be a little dimple there, and then I drilled a pilot hole. And I just stepped up the drill bits until I got to the size that I needed for the rivet nut.
So we got the 3 holes drilled, and now it's time for the rivet nut.
Put the rivet nut gun together and then essentially thread on the rivet nut itself, and then squeeze this thing together to push it into place. It's a really simple tool to use, and it was really effective. The very first time I went to put these pieces in, they stayed. It's not a problem. It's holding strong. So very happy with how that went. And man, just what a cool tool to use. I ended up using it in a later episode as well, putting my catch can together and placing that where I want in the engine bay. So yeah, just a very useful tool. But again, the tool is really cool because you could use any different size you want. And what was really nice about the rivet nuts that I got is they told you exactly what size you needed to drill to.
This thing was laser engraved over by my friends at Signature Coins. I want to say a huge thank you to Nathan, Phil, and Trey for helping me to get this project done. So this is the aluminum base plate, and they also laser engraved my titanium ECU cover plate. They used their laser engravers and then filled this thing in with a black Cerakote. I asked Phil if he could actually try to burn this thing for me in the furnace that he has. Super sweet. This thing is freaking awesome looking. He essentially held this thing into the furnace and touched each one of the edges so that it would start to burn and colorize. But I also have this other blank titanium piece, and I've got my torch over there, so you know what's coming next. I'm just thrilled with how this piece came out. Again, thank you to Signature Coins, Phil, Nathan, Trey, everyone helping me in this project to get the laser engraving done and the titanium burning done. I tried that titanium burning myself again on this other piece, and it just doesn't work as well with the handheld torch. It's really difficult to control the temperature of the thing and the burn. At any rate, controlling that burn, it's just not as easy. So it still looks a little bit spotty. It's way better than the first attempt that I had made. So, you know, those lessons learned really did pay off. And I'm sure if I continued to mess with it, it would get better. But really the best result was the oven burn with this. I love how the base plate holds on to the ECU, and then we have the ECU mounts. Freaking love it. As far as the look of the thing, I'm happy. Titanium faceplate, aluminum base plate, and then those titanium downstar bolts. That in combination with the laser engraving, the black Cerakote, I love the colors. I love the raw look of this thing too. I think I'm going to continue on with the interior a little bit in some future episodes. I plan to mess with a possible very lightweight carpet. We'll see. But I think that would really tie together everything inside of this car, having a nice black carpet floor and then this raw aluminum and titanium burnt piece over top. Kind of just a fun project, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something as well. Have you made any projects yourself lately? Tell me about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you in the next one.